What up, Knicks fans? It's your boy, Big Nick Burt, baby. I'm back. I'm here. 5 days. Didn't record anything, but I'm back. I am alive. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays. Kwanzaa. Hanukkah. Shoot. Whatever else you celebrate. Winter solstice and all that. Happy New Year. Welcome to the winter time, baby. It's basketball season. It's New York Knicks basketball season, to be exact. I didn't make any videos following the Detroit win, mostly because I've been pretty disappointed in where we are as a team, and mostly because of injuries, COVID, and whatnot. So I'm not real hung up on anything. That being said, that's good. That being said, where are the Julius Randle haters now? Listen, when you're the biggest fish, you get the most attention. And he's the biggest fish in New York right now. So he's getting a lot of flack. And just like last season, he got a lot of praise. So obviously, he's not the issue. Obviously, playing Toppin, Grimes, McBride way more they can handle isn't going to help anybody, including them. So, whatever. I mean, just keep on trucking forward. You know, it's a long season. We're halfway done. Or getting there. I think we're getting there. Almost halfway done. And what can I say? I mean, hey, look at what Leon just did today by doing the Lakers a pretty big favor. I was just saying a couple weeks ago that I don't want them to do any bailout trades. And what I meant by a bailout trade was taking Rajon Rondo, for instance. Getting him off the books for them. Taking Denzel Valentine. Once Nick, always a Nick. We saw that on Reddit, right? So we hardly knew ye. But it was just a power move to say, we just did you a favor, a pretty big favor, allowing you to move two players, and now they're under the luxury tax. That's what I read. They're under the luxury tax, and they just opened up two roster spots, right? So they're in a good spot to move forward with their championship contender. And this is exactly what I was warning against about a week or two ago. I can't remember when the video came out. But I was warning against doing a bailout trade that would help a championship contender. But this move, we didn't give them anything back. So we didn't lose anything. We just made, 1.1 million, 1.5 million, something like that. Either way, a decent amount of money and opened a roster spot up. So I wasn't expecting that. I really was. When I saw they said, "Oh, New York Knicks are trading with the Lakers," I really expected someone to be gone. I don't know who, but I really expected someone to be gone. And the fact that they're not, and we still now we have a favor to call in with the Bus family, right? Which is big. Because not that they're over a barrel, but not that they're over a barrel with us. It's not like we have them in a bad spot. We just have them in a spot to say, yeah, remember that those two roster spots you were able to clear up and get under the luxury tab. We just saved you a bunch of money. That's some Don Leon moves, So we'll see. The Lakers are obviously going to make a big move coming up. They said the contracts are guaranteed on the 10th. And that gives us 7 days, 1 week to see some movement, to see some action. So expect some big plays to be happening with the Knicks or without the Knicks. I don't know. It's hard to tell at this point because there's a lot that can happen. That's all I'm going to say. I think everybody who see my videos, they know who I'm thinking about, what we want to do. But in the meantime, what a move, right? To get a little leeway, to get a little movement going, to get a little favors, we'll call them in. Don't know when, but that's that big Knick Energy, Get those favors. Hey, remember that thing we did for you? It's time to pay up. I don't know where or when, but hey, it might be something stupid, like Dolan gets to stay in their summer home or something. Who knows? It could be something silly like that, but whatever the case is, they owe us a favor, right? So that's nice to see. Otherwise, I'm happy with where we're at. Mitchell Robinson and Sims just cleared to play today. They didn't say they cleared conditioning. I think that'll be on, Thibodeau will look at that and say if they're ready or not. But that's good. That means that either they were asymptomatic or, Mitchell Robinson was asymptomatic or at least tested negative. I believe that's the case, right? Because he came back so quickly. So that's good. And that's exactly who we needed last game. Oh, shoot, the last two games. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander feasted inside. Feasted. He was getting inside like every other drive. No one could guard him. Too quick, too decisive. He wasn't even doing anything fancy, and that's the thing that really blows my mind with some of these athletes is that they don't even need to trick you. It's literally, you got two choices, right? I'm going left or I'm going right. And all it takes is you think for that whatever the 0.001 second of cognition is where you see it and then you react to it. That's just enough time for these athletes. The DeMar DeRozans, the Gilgeous-Alexanders of the world. Even Kemba Walker, Fred VanVleet, guys like that. Just quick guys, decisive drivers, guys who they know which way they're going, and the fact that you don't is their only play, Yeah, I'm not going to discount the footwork, I'm not going to discount the ball handling, it takes that too. But wow, these guys are fast, and we really needed Mitch on the inside. There was a clip that I linked on Twitter of RJ getting real upset with Obi because RJ was pulled up to the foul line extended area, and the guy had the ball in the center, drove. RJ kind of went to help, foul line extended and step in, but he could have beat him to the spot. Let's be honest. RJ could have beat him to the spot and actually got his body in front of him to contest or take a charge or make him pass or whatever. But he didn't because he figured, because he was one pass away, he figured Obi, who was two passes away, was in the center and rotated for him, and he didn't. He stood on the block and just stood with his arms out on the block like, you're not going to get this corner three, and that's not what we needed in that moment. Even if he did kick out for the corner three on whoever Obi was guarding, at the end of the day, you have to rotate so they don't get a layup. And he didn't, and they got a layup. And RJ was pissed. And I feel for him. I feel for him because that's the sort of thing it makes. If you're casually looking and watching at the game, you glance over, you'll be like, oh, RJ blew that. Why didn't he come in and help? He could have. He clearly was there. And the fact that he didn't is just because he figured Toppin was there and he needed to be one pass away. So those breakdowns is what separates Obi Toppin from breaking more than 15 minutes a game, because Thibodeau doesn't play that. And there was another game, like the first or second possession of the game last night, where McBride started, and I didn't see it, but Thibodeau was having him out. He was screaming pretty good at McBride, and we've seen it before. So, and I've had coaches like that. So, for me, it's like, I don't know if it's PTSD or what, but you're kind of just like go into your own head, like how Rose says. It's like you just put the blinders on and just don't even look. And McBride did that. He just walked away. And, his head was kind of down. He looked a little upset, but he just walked. And it's tough when you're getting that type of criticism. And I think basketball is one of those unique places where you do get that type of violent outburst. Not physically violent. I mean like verbally violent yelling. Where most professions you don't get that sort of thing. So I find it very interesting, and it's definitely something that you just, you put those blinders on. McBride did that, and did he come out in the game later and show up that he learned something? I don't know. I think because he was good on defense. I think what happened was he ran the offense. I think he ran the wrong play on offense. He did something with the ball that Thibs didn't like. So, he's not just a defensive coach. You got to keep the eye on both sides. But I thought McBride was good. I think Grimes, that Quentin Grimes' shot form is just, when people are already making comparisons to Allen Houston, the fact that the fans recognize a beautiful shot form in Allen Houston in Grimes is really, really telling to who we are as a fan base. And when I say Big Knick Energy, I do mean, these fans who do understand the game in a way that a casual observer doesn't really understand. So that's just what I've noticed with Knicks fans specifically, and that's what I really, really like about going to Madison Square Garden is when you sit in the stands with the fans, somebody around you knows the call before the refs even make it. Somebody around you, they're already reacting to the foul, to the travel, to the double dribble, to the charge. That's why we love players like that who hustle like that, because we just know the game well. We just love to see it played well. And that, honestly, that's the only people who are even left standing anymore, because you can't be a casual fan and be a Knicks fan because they're just so mind-bogglingly bad. So only people who are left are people who love the sport and just happen to be in New York. So, we really appreciate all that. And yeah, so when you're already getting comparisons to Allen Houston, that's just great. Yeah, and the thing is that he's shooting well too. I know he had not the last game, but the game against the Raptors. No, the last game was the Raptors. The game before that. Oh gosh, you're gonna make me cheat. It was the Raptors. OKC was the game before that, but nobody played well against OKC. They scored 85 points. We were really missing Randle, really missing Robinson. And it just goes to show how invaluable they are. And I'm really tired of people saying, it's time to trade them when their trade value is going up or their trade value is going down. At the end of the day, somebody on Reddit said we got to be honest with ourselves about who the young guys are. They said now we're in the Langston Galloway phase of delusion, and they're not wrong, but we never really left that phase of delusion. Because at the end of the day, you're always going to have a very vocal group backing you. If you show any type of hustle, drive, and game, we're going to back you up. Look at Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin is easily the fan favorite right now. The fan favorite. When that guy gets in and dunks the ball, that's why he's going between the legs, because he hears us. He hears the fans. The moment he gets the ball on the fast break, MSG is already getting on their feet, getting ready to cheer this man. I never heard such great chants for a second-year player. Obi Toppin. Yeah, it's wild. And when you get that sort of reaction, you start feeding into it. Between the legs 2 times. The dude is amazing. And it's just a testament, to the fandom as a whole, and just, the disillusion that we get with these young players. Because what else do you have to hope for? Look at Steph Curry. When he came into the league, no one knew Steph Curry was going to be who he was. Nobody knew that. Kevin Durant, you can maybe say, oh, okay, he's got literally every skill. He's tall, he's got a shot, handles. What more do you want from a basketball player? And he has that thing you can't teach, which is height. So Kevin Durant, maybe you can see it, but Steph Curry, James Harden, players like that are making do with, just the fundamentals, just learning the game and not just relying on being big. So that's why we like seeing, Mitchell Robinson get better footwork. Have you noticed his footwork in the post? He's not getting a lot of post opportunities, but his footwork has gotten better since the year 1. I know he missed it. It was against OKC. I know he missed it, but he got the rebound. Big offensive rebound. Ripped it down. Kept his elbows out. Pivoted and turned around the player who was there. I can't remember who it was on OKC, but he missed the layup, which sucks. But go up with the ball, elbows out, pivoting in, one dribble, brought his feet close together for the liftoff. It was really nice in textbook. It was really nice. He missed it. He threw it too hard, or I think he threw it too hard and just off the box, and he ended up clunking it off the front of the rim. But and then it was that one where and then Randle got the rebound and missed, and then Mitch got the rebound and missed. It was that series, and then ultimately OKC ended up with the ball. It was that little series, but I mean, had he jammed it or made the layup, you know, I would be talking more in a much higher praise. I think people will be looking at it more. But as it is, he missed. But you know, yeah, we're disillusioned fans. We wanna see these young guys get better, and the fact that we have young guys that seemingly nobody else cared about, and they're making their way. I mean, it's like the whole Jeremy Lin thing again, where a player seemingly nobody knows or cares about or even respects on the court is going to come in and light you up. And that's that underdog story, you know, every sports enthusiast can get behind, right? Every fan. And we want that for Grimes, and we want that for McBride, and we want that for IQ. So, whatever. Be disillusioned with them. I like them. Be disillusioned. Be a fan. Be a fan. Why are you so worried about me being excited for somebody? Now the argument now is, are we gonna be negative about RJ the way we were negative about Randle? So the argument now is, are we gonna be as negative for RJ as we are about Randle? And what I have to say to that is, I'm not really negative about Randle anyway. So no, I'm not going to be negative about RJ just for the sake of it. I think, well, first of all, OKC game he outscored Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So if you're going to say, oh, and he was more efficient. So if you're going to go and say, oh, I wish we drafted SGA and whatever, I wish RJ could be like him, RJ's already kind of like him. He's just not the number one option. So that's nothing to me. I mean, we lost that game because we couldn't hit shots. I mean, that's basketball. That's 90% of it, right? We put ball in basket. They do not. That's how you win. So, but as far as individual performance is concerned, I'm not worried about RJ. He did great. He has a ton of potential. You're watching me, right? You're watching me, right? That dude's a badass. All right, like he was built for this. He was built for this, and he's uniquely skilled to be in New York, and I don't think a lot of players are like that. So that being said, I hope Randle, you're getting the rest you need. I hope you're with your quarantine from your family. Your family is safe, and I hope you come back strong and feeling good. I hope you don't have any symptoms or any problems, because yeah, we need you back, buddy. We do. We need you back, and no, we're not giving up on you. I'm not. Why would I give up on you? It doesn't make any sense. Same thing, people are already talking about trading Fournier, of course. I mean, even I talk about trading Fournier. But listen, I mean, if he really has that issue with his shoulder, I haven't seen those suction cups lately. So that might be a good sign. He's shooting a lot better. But they keep talking about his ankle now. And I really hope that he's getting the rest he needs and he's not just forced to play, because at the end of the day, we don't really have a player as tall as him, other than Burks, who can move as quick as him. So he's kind of in a tough spot where he kind of needs to play. So I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. I wish people would just enjoy the game for what it is. And if I'm just enjoying the game for what it is, I gotta say the last two games were depressing. I mean, they were sad. We lost by a lot. We didn't play all that well, but silver lining, RJ had a good night against OKC. Silver lining for the Raptors game, McBride got another start, right? Toppin, did he start too? I think Toppin started too, right? So, you know, more experience for the young guys, and that's just invaluable, you know, no matter how they get it. And I know people really want Thibodeau to change his rotations and whatever, but it's not up to me. I'm not there. I'm not an NBA coach. And if I was, I think it's pretty clear the young guys are getting all the minutes they can handle, because they got a bunch more minutes, and they're not that refined yet. They're getting there. They're getting there. And hey, the people Leon has been drafting have been all similar in their mental, in their hard work, in their determination, their commitment to the game. And that's why this is working, and that's why the disillusionment now feels a bit different than before, because Langston Galloway, I thought, was a hard worker, but people around him were. And I thought, you know, Iman Shumpert was a hard worker, and the people around him maybe weren't. So I trust more that we're sticking with the same type of people, the same type of attitude. And yes, you know, you need some fun guys and some more, you know, carefree type of guys in the mix too to keep it lighthearted, and that's why I think people like that Theo Pinson and they're missing him this year. But at the end of the day, if you get a group of people together who all have the same framework, the same mindset to think about the game and attack and approach the game and attack the game, and the same type of willingness to want to work and get better, you're going to end up with good results compared to if you just put on paper the best people. Because sometimes the best people, you know, people who do really well in college are getting by on athleticism or height or, you know, big fish in a small pond, right, sort of thing. And when they go to someplace where everybody's the same, and I think we're noticing it in RJ, where he was dominating pretty much everywhere he went, and now he's in the NBA, and it's like, yeah, you can't drive on NBA centers the way you were in college. Like, you just can't do that. So these guys have the mentality to succeed. They have the mentality to get better. And I'm high on all of them, you know. I really want them all to do well. So if that's what you call being disillusioned, the Langston Galloway fan phase of being disillusioned, then sign me up. Because honestly, like, what else am I going to do? What else am I going to do as a Knicks fan? Tell me. Reminisce about the good old days? Come on, I'm sick of the good old days, alright? I'm here for the future. I like McBride, I like Grimes, I like RJ, I like IQ, I like Toppin, I like Robinson, I like Randle, I like Fournier, I like Walker, I like Sims. I'm probably leaving somebody out, and it's going to be pretty bad. I don't remember. So run it back, and we'll see. We'll see who I subconsciously don't respect. No, that's not true. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm just a Knicks fan trying to live my life, watching the sport I love, you know, in the arena I love, and the colors I love, right there, right? That's what I'm talking about. Big Nick Burt with that Big Nick energy, baby. All right. When's the next game? Indiana. Ooh, and thank God we got Indiana first, because the rumor is Kyrie Irving is coming to play Indiana as his season opener, huh? So it's good that we're getting in there first, and then he can come in and spread the plague, so we're not going to get any of that mess. So good luck, you know, Kyrie in Indiana. I was just reading Indiana is the 51st in, what do they say, infection rate or something? Something's bad, all right, over in Indiana. They're not doing nothing for their people. So good luck, everybody in Indiana. Good luck, Knicks, especially, all right? Let's go.